Emeralds of the Diamond Fund. The Diamond Fund of Russia is one of the largest collections of jewelry in the world. The exhibition is based on treasures confiscated from the royal family and the nobility. The most famous exhibits of the foundation are the crown of the Russian Empire, the scepter, and the power. However, there are other valuable items in the museum. For example, jewelry with large emeralds is stored there. These gems attract attention with their beauty and size. They are an important part of the Diamond Fund's collection. The foundation presents not only jewelry, but also other valuable items related to the history of Russia. Visiting the museum allows you to get acquainted with unique exhibits and learn more about the rich history of the country. The Emerald of Alexandra Feodorovna. One of the most notable ornaments in history is a huge emerald of irregular shape, but a pleasant dark green color. This stone could be seen on Empress Alexandra Feodorovna, wife of Nicholas II, during a costume ball in 1903. In the photographs of the Empress in a luxurious costume of the wife of Tsar Alexei Mikhailovich, the father of Peter I, on Alexandra Feodorovna's chest, you can see a huge pendant with this amazing emerald. After the ball, like the other jewels, the large emerald was deposited in the Imperial vault. The uniqueness of this stone lies not only in its size and color, but also in its origin. The emerald was mined in the Urals, on the territory of Russia. This is especially valuable, given that very few Russian stones have been preserved in the Diamond Fund. Alexandra Feodorovna's emerald is not just a precious stone, but also a part of history. He became a bright accent in the image of the Empress at the costume ball, leaving his mark in the memory of posterity. The Ural emerald, like other precious stones mined in Russia, is a symbol of the wealth and skill of Russian jewelers. It reminds us that precious stones have long been valued and collected in our country, creating real works of art from them. Unfortunately, many Russian stones, including those that decorated the outfits of members of the royal family, were lost or distributed to various vaults. However, Alexandra Feodorovna's emerald has remained in history as a vivid example of how precious stones can become part of a country's cultural heritage. Plastron with Ural emeralds. The Diamond Fund contains an amazing piece of jewelry, a plastron created using Ural emeralds. Despite the fact that emeralds were not so popular among the nobility in the 19th century, this jewelry is directly related to the works of Carl Fabergé. The plastron consists of 5 movable diamond bows, in the center of each of which is a large Ural emerald cut with a cabochon. The special feature of these emeralds is their deep, juicy, and saturated color. Unfortunately, the original plastron created by Carl Fabergé in the 19th century was lost after the revolution. Only an immaculately executed replica of the Soviet jewelers has survived to this day. This jewelry recalls Fabergé's skill and talent, as well as the rich history of jewelry art. The set Vesna is a luxurious piece of jewelry made in Moscow in 1974. Ural emeralds of pure and deep tones were used in its creation. The largest emerald in the ring weighs about 13 carats and is located in the very center. The spring necklace is decorated not only with a central stone, but also with 209 emeralds around the edges. The necklace's design is inspired by the motifs of ancient Russian costumes. The iridescent brilliance of diamonds beautifully highlights the pure color of emeralds. In addition to the necklace, the set includes a large bracelet. Its design almost completely repeats the design of the necklace. Both decorations together create a harmonious and refined look. The set Vesna is a striking example of jewelry art of the Soviet period. The use of natural stones and the careful work of craftsmen make this decoration a real work of art. It is not only beautiful, but also carries a part of the history and culture of that time. Alexandra Yosifovna's brooch. The Diamond Fund contains an amazing emerald weighing just over 136 carats. Many experts consider this stone to be one of the most beautiful and best in the collection of the foundation. A first-class square emerald is set in a precious brooch and framed by a large number of diamonds. The value of this emerald is not only in its huge size, but also in its purity. The stone is a crystal of the purest deep water, Only small cracks can be seen in one corner. According to experts, the defects appeared due to a careless blow to the stone by one of the owners. The origin of the magnificent emerald in the royal vaults is not known for certain. Some experts believe that this stone is one of those that were stolen from the temples of South America in the 16th century. Subsequently, under the guise of Indian stones and an Indian cut, these emeralds were considered the property of the rulers of the Mughal Empire or the Rajas of Afghanistan for several centuries. The green emerald from the Diamond Fund has a deep green color with a slight bluish tinge. A simple cut called a table is ideal for emeralds. The brooch with this stone was made in the 19th century. It is known that when creating it, the jeweler used the jewels of Grand Duchess Alexandra Yosifovna, the wife of Grand Duke Konstantin Nikolaevich. The emerald in the brooch is framed by a garland of grape leaves with large round diamonds. All the huge Ural emerald is one of the most valuable exhibits of the Diamond Fund. He miraculously survived in the royal storerooms. In 1903, the famous jeweler Carl Fabergé chose it for the Empress's outfit. Fabergé loved working with Ural stones, especially with green crystals. Among his favorite stones were Ural emeralds, demantoids, rare green garnets called Ural diamonds, and rhodonites. In the 19th century, emeralds were not particularly fashionable among fashionable beauties. Therefore, Fabergé used them in his work infrequently. It did not occur to the last Russian empresses to popularize Russian stones. Because of this, few Fabergé products with Ural crystals have been preserved. In 1903, Carl Fabergé chose the most beautiful green Ural emerald, weighing 250 carats for the Empress, and framed it with a thin diamond frame. An imperfectly cut stone perfectly fitted into the image of Alexandra Feodorovna. This choice emphasized the uniqueness and wealth of the imperial court. A large bouquet of Elizabeth Petrovna. The Diamond Fund's collection contains an amazing piece of jewelry, the Big Bouquet brooch, created during the time of Elizabeth Petrovna. This luxurious piece is made of emeralds and diamonds. The French jeweler Duval created this exquisite accessory for the daughter of Peter the Great around 1760. The leaves are made of emeralds. The flowers in the bouquet are diamond. The frame of the brooch is made of white gold. Emeralds for jewelry were brought from abroad. They were mined in Colombia. The stones have an irregular step cut. The diamonds in the brooch are Brazilian. Emeralds in jewelry form solid green threads that look especially luxurious. The diamonds are fixed on a colored foil made of pure silver. The peculiarity of Elizabeth Petrovna's Big Bouquet is the mobility of all its parts. The elements of the decoration shimmer in different shades, striking the viewer's imagination. This makes the brooch a real work of art. The famous brooch, Divan de Corsage, belonged to Elizabeth Fedorovna Romanova. This is a cascading jewelry made of diamond chains with emeralds. The upper tier is decorated with removable brooches with large cabochons of emeralds framed by diamonds and floral ornaments. In the middle tier, there are 9 small round cabochons of emeralds among small diamonds. There are a total of 31 drop-shaped emeralds with a leafy finish. In 1905, Divan de Corsage was sold internationally. Many of the imperial family's jewelry has been lost, but some, like Maria Feodorovna's brooch, have gained fame. In 1866, a Sévigné brooch appeared in Maria Feodorovna's wardrobe, an ornament in the form of a bow with precious stones. It cost 17,785 rubles and was decorated with emeralds weighing 56 and 35 carats, a 12-carat sapphire, 2 pink topazes, and more than 500 diamonds. The Emerald Collection of Princess Maria Pavlovna Romanova is one of the most famous secular collections. Emerald jewelry made its mistress stand out at royal events and balls. The princess's emerald necklace consisted of graduated geometric medallions with diamond-shaped emeralds surrounded by a wide band of diamonds. A pendant made of a large diamond and a teardrop-shaped emerald was attached to each medallion from below. The medallions were connected using round, open-work pendants. The largest emerald in the collection weighed over 107 carats and came from the collection of Catherine II. It was located in a diamond brooch. After the death of the princess, the emeralds were sold to the Cartier jewelry house. Some of the stones were used for a necklace sold to Edith Rockefeller McCormick, daughter of John D. Rockefeller. After Edith's death, the jewelry returned to Cartier and was decorated with new emerald jewelry for Barbara Hutton. Barbara Hutton bought earrings, a ring, and an emerald necklace from Cartier. After the Second World War, she ordered a tiara from jewelers that transformed into a necklace. After Barbara's death, the tiara necklace was sold at auction. The last time some of Maria Pavlovna's emeralds were used in jewelry by Elizabeth Taylor. In the summer of 1984, the wedding of Nicholas II's sister, Ksenia Romanova, took place. As a dowry, paid for by the royal treasury, Xenia received many household items, clothes, and jewelry. Among them were emerald jewelry from jewelry houses Boleyn and Nichols Ewing. Ksenia Romanova was fond of sketching jewelry. Two of her sketchbooks of gifts received between 1880 and 1912 were sold at a Bonhams auction in 2011. There were drawings in the album, including emerald jewelry. According to the memoirs of Ksenia's sister Olga, the emerald necklace given by her parents consisted of a necklace, a choker, paired earrings, and a brooch. The total cost of the Emerald Series jewelry exceeded 100,000 rubles. In addition to gifts from her parents, Ksenia Alexandrovna received an emerald pendant from her future husband, made by the jewelry house Boleyn. During the costume ball in 1903, these ornaments were used to decorate the dress of the Grand Duchess. The image of the Russian boyar was decorated with precious stones and pearls. Teardrop-shaped emeralds decorated the headdress, and an emerald necklace with a removable brooch became the center of the chest composition. A gem with the image of Catherine II, made by the carver of the saint. Petersburg Academy of Arts, i.e. Jaeger, in 36-carat emerald, is kept in the Gokran. The brooch is 4.5 by 3.6 centimeters in size, made in the late 19th to early 20th century. The emerald is framed by a fancy band of diamonds, turning into a massive smooth gold frame made in the form of festoons, giving the brooches a ceremonial and monumental look. The emerald parure of Maria Alexandrovna, Princess of Hesse, and wife of Emperor Alexander II, was a real piece of jewelry. It included a tiara, a necklace, earrings, and a brooch. Despite her luxury, Maria Alexandrovna was not a big fan of jewelry and hardly ever wore emeralds. The emerald coconut tiara stood out in particular. After the death of the princess, the parure passed to the Grand Duchess Elizabeth Fyodorovna, the wife of her grandson Sergei Alexandrovich. The kokoshnik tiara is decorated with the work of the court jeweler Boleyn. He came up with unusual geometric lines of diamonds that blend harmoniously with 7 large cabochon-cut emeralds. Accents in the form of diamond lilies give the tiara a special charm. Diamond lilies in jewelry often symbolize happiness. Maria Alexandrovna's emerald parure is not only a beautiful piece of jewelry, but also a part of the history of the Russian imperial family. It recalls the rich culture and traditions of that time. Alexandra Feodorovna's emerald parure is an exquisite piece of jewelry that belonged to the wife of Emperor Nicholas II. The package included a tiara, 2 necklaces, brooches, and earrings. The tiara was made in 1900 by the Rococo jeweler Schwerin. It alternately features arches and bows decorated with African diamonds and Colombian emeralds. The emeralds are cut in the form of diamond-shaped cabochons. In the center of the tiara is an emerald called Sugarloaf, weighing 23 carats. The fate of the entire party remains unknown. After certain historical events, the Bolsheviks sold off jewelry, including emeralds, in parts. It can be assumed that the stones from Alexandra Feodorovna's parure are now scattered all over the world. The emerald parure is a vivid example of the luxurious jewelry art of the past. Unfortunately, the fate of this unique piece remains a mystery to researchers and history buffs. The astrakhan hat, also known as the crown of a large outfit, was created in 1627 in a Western style. It combines elements similar to Monomach's hat and reflects the late Renaissance era. The hat has a complex 2-tiered structure decorated with floral ornaments. The main crown is complemented by a pointed tiara with floral motifs and precious stones, emeralds and diamonds. The crown is embossed and decorated with sapphires, diamonds, and rubies. The apple, with 3 prongs and an emerald finish, has an end-to-end design. The rectangular ruby, which was the most significant stone of the Astrakhan crown, stands out in particular. Later, this ruby was used to decorate the crown of Ivan V. The diamond crown of Peter the Great was made in 1687. It is decorated with precious stones, among which emeralds stand out. These stones were removed from Altabasnaya's hat in the workshop of the Moscow Kremlin. The crown is decorated with diamonds in the Baroque tradition. The central elements of the crown are rosettes, with floral ornaments arranged crosswise. They are decorated with paired polished emeralds of natural shapes. The buckles, laws, are complemented with tourmalines, which are similar in size to emeralds, as well as faceted diamonds. The apple of the crown is delicate, made in the same style as the crown. It consists of diamond sockets. There is a naturally shaped red spinel above the apple. It is complemented by an equilateral cross decorated with diamonds. This crown is a striking example of the jewelry art of that time.